It is always nice to enjoy the finer things in life, especially when it comes to food and wine, and no one knows that better than Bardot Brasserie at Aria.
Here to share their award-winning cuisine and offer some tips on how you can bring the taste of elegance into your home, Executive Chef Josh Smith. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you.
This looks so beautiful. Oh, our pleasure. We'll talk about your food in just a moment, but can you tell us about the concept of the restaurant?
So Bardot Brasserie is a very authentic French brasserie, Parisian in style. So we really tried to make this very timeless design in the restaurant and the food we want to mimic. So these are tried and true recipes, classic French recipes. So we wanted to take things like French onion soup or steak tartare, roast chicken, things that are classics of the French repertoire, and produce those and try to compete with your finest memory of those dishes. You know, really take note of the details and make sure that we're really crossing the T's and dotting the I's on the French classics.
Every chef we've ever had on says that the French cuisine is really sort of like the foundation for everything that you do.
It is for most, like, and for Chef Michael Mina and myself, we grew up working in kitchens where we were learning classic French food, so that's really where we drew inspiration for this menu. But we didn't want it to be eclectic and be like strange, hard to find recipes that nobody's ever heard of. We really wanted to focus on the things that everybody's had before.
Right, you do French cuisine with a modern twist.
Not necessarily modern, we really try to be classic, but it's just with like an American twist, I guess, sort of. We want to be very approachable. There's something for everybody. The price point varies, so it's not price exclusive. Yeah. We've got a great deal at brunch, happy hour from 5 to 7 every day, and it's really a place that's not for only special occasions. It's a restaurant that's for any time of day.
Tell us about some of the dishes that you brought to display here.
So we want to focus on the French toast. This is for our brunch. So this is one giant piece of French toast, brioche. There's a little bit of almond brittle there and some vanilla mascarpone, and then we use orgeat as our syrup. So instead of maple syrup, which you can request, we have this syrup that's made with orange blossom water and almonds and sugar. So it's an almond syrup. Here's our salmon au lentilles. So this is a very traditional French dish. We updated a little bit with a smoked tomato vinaigrette. So lentils and vinaigrette is very traditional French. The acid cuts through the fat in the salmon is really good. Our crispy skinned roast chicken. So this is a half of a chicken with a vin jaune gravy, and then we do with that the bread pudding, the mushroom bread pudding. And then these are our signature escargot. So the escargot, I really wanted to take away that the guest doesn't have to look at the escargot. I wanted to make it sort of a dish for beginners, but each one is wrapped in puff pastry, and then they all have a garlic butter that's mounted with chartreuse. So chartreuse is an old spirit and aperitif made by monks.
Now, I think a lot of people are, we were talking about the Food Network, and I was addicted to the Food Network for the longest time, and it helped me get over being intimidated by trying new things. These are dishes, of course, you are at the top of your game, but these are things that people can actually also make at home.
Yeah, and you know what, we're very open in the restaurant. We have a resource called Recipe Exchange that Michael Mina employs to get all of his restaurants very consistent. So all the dishes in the restaurant are very carefully documented with recipes, and they have pictures and videos attached where we share those with any guest that requests anything. So anything in our restaurant that you fall in love with that you want to try, there's really no limit to the recipes we'll share with our guests.
Yeah, you serve up a fabulous brunch. Now let's talk about the brunch and how we can make this at home possibly.
So we this is our French toast. This is our signature item at brunch. We sell about 100 between the 2 days. So it all starts with the bread. We use brioche. So you want to find a brioche at a real bakery that uses eggs and real butter and takes pride in what they do. So you want to find a small bakery, not just at your local grocery store. The fact that it's so big is actually a mistake. We meant to do 3 centimeters, and my corporate pastry chef came back with 3 inches. That was just a miscommunication, and we ran with it. We were like, that looks incredible. Let's roll with it. Yeah. So we dry the bread out for 24 hours. We make a very typical custard with vanilla and milk, cream, and eggs. We dip the French toast almost until the bubbles stop coming out, so it really almost completely hydrates with that batter. And then we use an oven that you don't have access to at home, but we use a combi oven, is why we were able to keep it so tall and so structurally it's sound. So at home you want to use a smaller piece of toast. You don't want to try to do the giant tower. But we soak it and we bake it in the oven, and then once we're done, we kind of sprinkle sugar on it and sear it in a pan like a creme brulee, so it has a crackling sugar crust on the top. The mascarpone is very easy, and our recipes available, through the restaurant. And the
Sundays
are as well.
Kind of a special day too.
Yeah, they are. So Saturdays and Sundays we do brunch, but we're open from 10 a.m. all the way until 10:30 p.m. Sundays we have half-price wine in the restaurant. So for locals, half-price wine up to $500 a bottle.
Wow.
Is our
That's a
special,
good deal.
and that's an ongoing deal that the Aria has been involved in. A lot of our restaurants participate, so Sage as well.
And a great happy hour, as you mentioned.
Yeah, 5 to 7 every day.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We so appreciate it.
No
Can't wait
problem.
to dig in.
Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Yeah, they're like drooling
Yeah, they're
over
waiting,
there.
right?
Yes, Todd and Megan over there. Now, Bardot Brasserie at Aria offers delicious French cuisine. To learn more, call the number or visit the website on your screen. We'll be right back.